Hello, Cancer. Welcome to this channel. This is your monthly reading for November. Thank you for being here. I hope you are doing well. Let's see what's coming through for you for November. If you want to book a personal reading, my email is in the description box below. You will also find a link. You can either write me or you can use the link to schedule a reading. All right. So let's see. So in November, we will be in the energy of judgment and justice. Because November 2025 adds to, um, excuse me, number 20, and then justice is the 11th month. So judgment has to do with coming out of the box, thinking outside the box, keeping an open mind, staying open to a different way of doing things, exploring new possibilities, seeing things in a totally different way, awareness, enlightenment, opportunities, things like that is what judgment is about. And justice card has to do with decisions. And it reminds us our decisions, our choices that we make in our everyday life, and those important decisions is what our life is all about. It creates our reality. So it's important to just make conscious choices and decisions. It could be anything, like when it comes to how we spend our time, our energy, our dreams, what kind of actions we are taking to fulfill our dreams, what is it that we truly want to experience, and what needs to be released, what needs to change. These choices that we make in our everyday life, and taking brave actions, that actually takes us in a totally new direction. So yeah, that's what this energy. And justice is also about fairness and justice and fairness, things like that. So commitment, determination, breakthroughs, things like that. So let's see what's coming through for you. You can use this for your sun, moon, and rising sign. Okay. Cancer, for the center of the reading, you have 10 of Cups. That's amazing, because that's exactly what your sign is all about. Your sign is about home, family, peace, harmony is what your sign is. That's what you are getting for the center. But let's see what else. King of Wands is covering it. For the subconscious, you have 5 of Pentacles. And for the past position, 3 of Wands. For the future, for the conscious position, you have Justice. We were talking about justice. And then for the immediate future, 9 of Wands. For the advice for the month, 6 of Wands. And environment is Page of Swords. And opportunities, you have Page of Pentacles. And then final outcome card is Ace of Swords. And then High Priestess is ruled by your sign. I always say you always shows up in your reading, whether it's weekly reading or monthly reading. So High Priestess is ruled by your sign, by the way, and it has to do with intuition. And going through, it looks like some of you guys are going through a transition. And you are also required to make some decisions here, and the decisions are happening here. But then remember, I was telling you in the beginning, justice has to do with karmic, something to do with our decisions making, our destiny. So we have the power. This is a card of self-empowerment. And so the card is reminding you, think through things before making important decisions. And 6 of Wands is your advice card for the month, and this is reminding you to remain flexible. So whatever it is that you are coming across, the situations that you are coming across, it could be you investing, any area of your life. It could be making investment, it could be relationships, it could be changing homes, it could be your career, your business. So whatever it is that you are coming across, the card is reminding you, think through things, take your time, and remain flexible, because you might come across some delays, but then know that delays are also protection. Maybe if you are coming across something like that, maybe there is a reason why. So instead of pushing through, forcing things to happen, instead of struggling with anything, step back to reevaluate things. In November we have two retrogrades happening. Mercury is going retrograde, and then Jupiter is going retrograde in your sign, Cancer. So Jupiter has to do with expansion and growth, and you might come across some thing when it comes to your career, your business, things like that. On the other hand, Mercury retrograde can also bring up some delays, some communication issues. So just be aware of these energies, aware of what's happening in the sky, and work with this energy, and go with the flow. Pushing, forcing, controlling things will only lead to more issues. So remain flexible. When I said remain flexible, it has to do with keeping an open mind, exploring new way of doing things, finding creative solutions to problems, and reaching out for perspectives, as using others' expertise to find solutions. So working with others, things like that. So don't try to do everything by yourself. Instead, seek help, reach out for help when you need it. And High Priestess is also about waiting, so maybe this is not a great time to make important decisions, yeah, especially if the clarity is not there, if that uncertainty is there. But I'm not asking you to wait your entire life, but it could be, maybe right now the information that you have, the way you are seeing and understanding things is not clear. um, so yeah, maybe um, think about sitting with it and reflecting on things, and give it some space, give it some time, and then you will know what to do. And that's what's happening here. So yeah, see here, certain things are not being revealed to you. So what I want to say is, certain things are not as they seem. Sometimes in the dark, High Priestess is ruled by the moon, and in the we see moon in the dark, right? And in the dark, sometimes we don't see things clearly. We see all the shadows and things like that, and it's kind of scary. And but then it's just the trees casting shadows. It's just leaves, it's not demons hiding in the bushes. So so think about that. And so the circumstances that you are coming across, it could just be nothing. And if you are pushing, forcing, struggling, then things will only things won't things won't um, go well, and you will also feel tired and exhausted and things like that. So that's what I'm seeing with both these cards here. This is as if feeling like an outsider in your own life. So why do you feel that way? Are you letting others make decisions for you? Are you holding others opinions, um, giving it more importance? And what is it that you want? What How do you want to feel? So that is something you want to know. So it's not like changing others. It's not like asking expectations. So that is something to be mindful of. Maybe you have King of Wands in the center of the reading, and Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups here has to do with peace, harmony, home, and King of Wands is covering it. So so this could mean um, uh, it could either be a person, Cancer. So it could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. And it could be that something there, like when it comes to relationships, that is actually a little bit exhausting. Or it could be that you guys are going on a trip or something, and you might come across some delays, and that is a little bit exhausting. Or it could be something else. This could also be your energy. So This is opposite energies. This is where this is feminine energy and this is masculine, meaning so this is where you are on the one hand, this is a card of leadership. Okay, so this is where you are taking things in your own hands, taking responsibility for the task and whatever it is that you are coming across in your everyday life, and then rolling up your sleeves and doing what needs to be done. So this is drive, passion, and this is also responsibilities. And with this, it may like with this, you are doing everything yourself. You know, this is a card of feeling that sense of responsibility, and that you have to do everything yourself. Maybe that is not truth, but then in this case that's how you are feeling, and that can lead to exhaustion. And this is where you are setting some boundaries. So maybe people are there to help you with things and you are not letting them. um, so things like that. So this is where, it may could be that you are um, holding on to your own ideas about things, the way you want to do things, the expectations and things like that. So that is so your own peace, um, what you truly want to experience is taking a back seat. This is taking over. Responsibilities are taking over. So just be aware of that. What's happening there? What I'm seeing is some conflict, and you feeling exhausted. So, for instance, it may have something to do with your work-related responsibilities, and maybe things are getting, maybe you are moving into a busy period, and now you have things to do. So but then it also is asking you to find the balance, so you can take care of yourself, because you don't want to make yourself sick. So that is something to be mindful of. But with this, it also feels like when it comes to your creativity, spirituality, or something that you want to do, peace, harmony, home, you are taking action, you are taking initiatives and doing something about it. um, Looks like you are going through a transition. It could be that you are changing homes, it could be job related, it could be you starting a new business or something like that, and it comes with its own responsibilities. But then finding that right balance is important, so you can just breathe, rest, relax, sleep, so you have the energy for whatever you are coming across, and you can take care of things easily. With this, I don't see that, to be honest with you. And so the advice here is to remain flexible and seek help. Reach out if you need help with something, and maybe pause to rethink things, reconsider things before moving forward. Especially if you are coming across some delays or something, do not push through. And yeah, so that can only lead to frustration and exhaustion. Okay. And with Five of Pentacles, something to do with money and finance is also coming through. It could be that you are looking for investors if it's your business, um, or it could also be that when it comes to some situation in your life, it may feel like you are alone in this and you don't have the right support, the right help. So maybe an open conversation is important. In the environment, you have Page of Swords. So Page of Swords here is being cautious. Um, Someone asking questions. So it could be kids, because this is youthful energy, and you also have Page of Pentacles. So the two pages here, it could be youthful energy. So it could be siblings, children you are working with, friendships, things like that. So with this is about asking questions, and it's very tiring. Maybe you just want to sleep, you just want to rest, and they want to know more. And curiosity is also what this energy is. um, on the other hand, this could also be your own energy, Cancer, where you are being cautious, so as if you are expecting something worse, so it could be somebody else or it could also be you. And that is also very exhausting. So this month, know what you can do to take care of yourself, strengthen your own, make your own health, like your, um, it could be physical body, it could be mind, it could be emotional health. So what you can do to stay committed to yourself and take care of your health, so you can take care of the responsibilities without overwhelm. Some legal matters are also coming across. So if there is something you want to do, this is um, something to do with documentation, legalities, which is a little bit tiring. All the things that you have to do, like the paperwork, the documentation, there is always something they need. And yeah, that could also be the case. So looks like it's a process that you are going through, and a little bit exhausting. However, by the end of the month, you will be just fine. So Ace of Swords here is a new beginning, and this is where you are seeing things more clearly. You are making some decisions here. You are also coming across some new information, and and you are seeing the bigger picture. And this is also mental sharpness, meaning what is what needs your time, your energy, and what can you do to make things easier on you. So for some, it could be hiring new people, it could be outsourcing, it could be reaching out for help, it could be technology, it could be learning a new skill, it could be you taking some kind of action here. Whatever it is, the challenges that you are coming across, this is where you are taking action. So for some, it could be communication. So open communication, something to do with technology, and seeing the bigger picture. Yes, whatever it is that you are working on, it's a little bit tiring. However, you want to see the bigger picture, why you are doing it. But that's not going to make you, I mean, that will make you feel better, but the physical exhaustion will still be there if you are working hard. So finding that balance is important. And High Priestess here is also Moon's energy. With the Moon, you might also come across some doubts. Um, whether if you are on the right path, whether whatever it is that you are doing is right. Justice is again cause and effect, Cancer. So, you know, our decisions are powerful. The choices we make in our everyday life are powerful because they become our reality. So it's important to pay close attention to your thoughts, your words, and this is where you are being cautious of what's going on in the mind, because this is manifestation. And so you are being more responsible, uh, and you are more careful. So something like that is happening here. And yes, with justice is about morality, what is right, what is wrong. So it could be that that is also something that's in your mind now. Like, it's like you want to make the fair decisions, you want to uh, make the right decisions, uh, things like that. So what is right, what is wrong? um, so that is also something that you are more mindful of. And so looks like whatever wherever you are, it's new territory, and so things may feel a little bit challenging, but practice makes things better. you know so yeah. In the past, you have three of wands. So three of wands here is you waiting for something. So it could be you waiting for approval, like, so for instance, like if it's a business, if it's a career, something like that, this is where a decision is happening. Or it could be that you are waiting for some kind of approval, like could be government organizations, institutions, things like that. uh, so waiting, and this is a month where that waiting is over. On the other hand, this is also like slowing down and speeding up. So energetically, you may feel, sometimes you might feel like you are exhausted, but sometimes you will have that energy. So work with this energy. Whenever you are feeling tired, just take rest. Whenever you are feeling energetic, take care of as much as possible. So, yeah, slowing down and speeding up is what this energy is, but also taking a step back to look at the bigger picture. So, whatever it is that you want to do, when we are in the middle of it, things may seem, it won't be possible for us to see things more clearly. We won't be able to pay attention to the details, and we will miss important information regardless of what area this is coming through. Sometimes it's important to take a step back to reevaluate, see the bigger picture, and see things from a totally different angle. So, in order to understand, okay, what the blind spots are, what is it that I'm not seeing here? So, reaching out for perspectives would help. And for some of you guys, it could also be legal advice, things like that. So, that will help, but looks like you are going for something else. So it may have something to do with your stability. You are leaving something behind and reaching for something else. So it could be that you are exploring new way of doing things, connecting with new people, expansion, like advertising, marketing, things like that is coming through. And something to do with your legs, and also you might come across some migraine. It could be stress related, so just be aware of what's going on in the body and how can you beat the stress. Yeah, with justice, a breakthrough is happening. So this is where, like, if you have been waiting for something and it's not coming by, then this is where you are taking things in your own hands and doing whatever it is that you need to do. However, the advice card here is to remain flexible and see the bigger picture. Uh, so just know how you want to navigate this. Control issues may come up, like if things are not going the way you had expected, you will do something and it may not go well. So just be aware of what this is all about, where this is happening, so you can then make the right choices and decisions. Okay. So for some of you guys, it may have something to do with your creative project. This is writing, speaking. Some like it could be that you are on stage performing. Um, it could be dance, music, or it could be you giving a lecture. Um, like your professional assignments is what this energy is. So you are out there. Um, yes, planning, preparing. So there's a lot on your plate, Cancer. And with Ace of Swords, this is alignment. So whatever it is that you are working on, uh, this is actually like, looks like you are again in transition, and you might have to let go of something, Cancer, in order for you to move forward with something else. Yeah, something new is on the horizon for you here with Page of Pentacles. So this is a new adventure. So for some of you guys, again, like I said, it could be travel. But like I don't know if it was you or the other sign that I read for a few minutes ago. In November, we have two retrogrades. One is happening in Jupiter. Oh, sorry, one is happening. I think I already mentioned that, right? I don't remember. So Jupiter is going retrograde in your sign, and then Mercury retrograde is also happening. With Mercury retrograde, you might come across some communication issues, some setbacks, some delays, travel related issues, technology, things like that. Like your computer not working, phone lines not working, things like that. On the other hand, Jupiter is all about expansion and growth. And if there is something new you are trying to begin, again, the card is reminding you to remain flexible if something comes up. Okay. So, yeah, Page of Pentacles is a new adventure. So, for some of you guys, it could be learning a new skill, higher education, something to do with um, travel. This is also where you are receiving some gifts. Um, So it could be something to do with your stability, like a new opportunity you are coming across, or for some of you, it could be a learning opportunity, exploring new possibilities here, keeping an open mind. With Five of Pentacles, Cancer, keep the faith. This is where I'm not seeing that. This is lack of faith. So, what can you do to center yourself? This is intuition. But are you listening to your intuition? Or are you listening to your fears? Because you have these two cards here. So something to be mindful of. So slowing down may help you really understand what's going on in the body, and what's in front of you and things like that. So what is it that you need to do this month in order to center yourself, calm the nervous system? So for some, it could be taking up a spiritual practice. It could be time with family and friends, surrounding yourself with people who loves you, or who has your best interest at heart, doing things together, taking up a creative project, um, counseling, therapy, something like that. um, Communication, clear communication. So what needs to happen, so you are energized, inspired, motivated, so you can take care of the things that you are coming across in your everyday life. Justice is ruled by Libra, so something to do with a Libra in your life. Or it could be that Libra is in your chart. Yeah, Ace of Swords here is a victory, success and victory. So whatever it is that you are working on, your hard work is paying off, and you will see the growth here. So keep going, um, but also take good care of yourself, is what I want to say. Okay, let's see what's coming through on the oracle cards. So with Six of Wands, something to do with plans. Like you might have to prepone some of the plans, postpone them, or it could also be your daily schedules. You might come across something unexpected, and then you will have to make time for those things. So hiccups is what I'm seeing, like some kind of blocks, which is slowing you down. So for instance, if you are going somewhere, you might come across some traffic jams. um, but if you are trying to do something, there will be like, hiccups like every corner. Like something, I came across something like that like a couple of days ago. I was trying to do something, um and then it's always like something or the other, and it reminded me of six of wands here. So yeah, so slowdowns. um so having patience is important when that happens. And but if you are trying to get something done, you might come across some frustrations, but it is what it is. Like maybe that is helping you like slow down so you can see things more clearly, and rearrange your schedule, rearrange your priorities. Maybe you will find something that didn't occur to you before, a new way of doing things. Maybe that way, when you slow down, maybe you will find a way to get things done in a more efficient and effective way. So, could be happening for a good reason. Setbacks are also opportunities, and rejection is protection. Cancer, so it's all about believing that we are always on the right path regardless. And yeah, when we do that, that actually is very calming. Okay, Cancer, your message for November is stagnant waters. Okay, let me read this out to you. $134. Feeling stuck, a call for shifts, flow, and change. Okay, so before I read that message, so with Five of Pentacles, this is, um, I was going to say something and then I forgot. Yeah, your self talk, Cancer. So it could be that this is reminding you to focus on your strengths. You have a choice, and that's what you are doing here. You are making a decision, but internally, it may feel like you don't have a choice, and that you have to go with somebody else's decisions, things like that. So that is not true. So this is where the card is reminding you to watch your thoughts. What is it that you are telling yourself? So self talks, this is where you are monitoring your thoughts, your words, the way you are speaking about a situation, your circumstances, the way you are talking about yourself. It could be somebody else, so yeah, so just be aware of that, because that can also, like, the way we talk about ourselves, our circumstances, that also carries energies, and that can also make us feel in a certain way, either positive or negative. It can either strengthen us, energize us, or it can also weaken us. So focus on your strengths, and focus on things that energizes you, inspires you, uplifts you. So when it comes to people, you also want to surround yourself with people who are inspiring, who are generous, who are you know who have your best interest at heart, who are supportive. If not, then maybe think about releasing, letting go, and create space for something new to happen. But for some of you, it could also be, because of your a busy schedule giving you headaches. So let me read this out to you now. Feeling stuck, a call for shifts, flow, and change. Perhaps it's the movement of water that contains the intelligent flow of energy that makes life possible, the life force that animates all living things. When water stops flowing, it can become stagnant. This lack of flow can cause a buildup and lead to pollution. Perhaps we are like that too. Perhaps we need flow just as much as the waters of the world. This card brings with it a call for flow, movement, and change. How can you begin to flow a little more with life's changes? Where in your life do you feel stuck? What has become stagnant or lacking of vitality, ease, and flow? How are you being called to re inject more movement in your life? Sometimes, when we go through life, our energy can become stuck physically, emotionally, spiritually, romantically, and yet life is always there to support our return to flow, to movement. This is a wonderful card to receive as it comes with a magnificent opportunity for shifting energy and embracing change and new possibilities. Perhaps you have become complacent or just feel stuck. Maybe you have been avoiding something deep down, and this is causing the waters within you to stagnate. Perhaps the intelligence of the water is inviting you to call upon the intelligence within you to find the courage to embrace a new way of flowing with life. Soul inquiry. What feels stuck or stagnant in your life? What shifts are you being called to make? But I feel like, this is where you are making some decisions. You are a new beginning is what this energy is. It could be change of routine, changing lifestyle, changing the way you do things, um, focusing on what's important for you. So things like that. So that's nice. Yeah, the message actually it totally goes with this energy, and this is your advice card for the month, Cancer. This is where you are coming across some setbacks, but this is an invitation for you to reconsider, rethink, and reevaluate things. If this is how you want to move forward, or if you want to change the direction. So yeah, it's this month is all about creating more flow in your life and releasing what you don't have control over. Certain things we don't have control over. So, and what can you do to release the anxiety, the overwhelm, the exhaustion, and come back to yourself? Come back to that sense of peace, harmony, and positivity. So, Cancer, that's what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Do remember to watch the moon and the rising sign as well. And if this was helpful, do remember to support the channel by liking, commenting, subscribing. Thank you. And I hope you have a magical uh, month ahead. Please take good care of yourself, and I will see you in the next reading.